Vanetta, good to see you. It's see you pop in every so often. It's good, good, good. Let's see who else do we
You were on this morning, right? For our Vanetta, you were on for our
have?
new master coach,
Oh, was it
Katie.
Katie today?
Yeah, she was her
Oh,
first time.
that's awesome. How'd
It
it
was
go?
great. It was really good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
All right. Um, well, let's just get started, shall we? Hello, Jennifer. Good to see you. All right. We're talking today about project photo tips. I actually have notes. So if you see me looking down, it's just because I don't want to forget anything. But if you're wondering who I am, well, my name's Michelle Lynn, and I am the owner and CEO. I don't do as much of the design anymore of ML Interiors Group, which is a award-winning interior design firm in Dallas, Texas. And I, thankfully, because my team, we have processes and procedures and stuff in place, my team handles a lot of the heavy lifting for the design side. And so that allows me to spend time doing the training, which is what I really feel like this is where the Lord has me. I love teaching interior designers and lifting other women into places that they're not familiar with. Okay, by that I mean giving them the business chops to run a successful interior design business without trading their time for money. So here, right now we're on Zoom, but this comes through the Interior Designers Business Launchpad, which is my private Facebook group on the Facebook, my private Facebook group on Facebook. Yeah, duh. My private group on Facebook. Through the Launchpad is where we have regular trainings. If you're new around here, you can find a lot of the previous trainings up in the guides section. Hallie, that's where they are, right? The guide section.
Yeah,
They're
and I'm
up.
also adding him to YouTube. So if you guys are YouTube people, they'll be in both places.
That's right. We've got my podcast there as well. So, what qualifies me to come on here and train y'all on a regular basis? I have been in the industry since 2008, basically. I've been doing this forever, but I decided to get paid in 2008, and really took off on the design side in 2013. And I've gone through and made every mistake you can imagine, okay? Because back in those days, there were not a lot of business coaches out there sharing what their knowledge, okay? I promised myself that once I figured this shit out, and pardon me, I love Jesus, but I swear a little bit. Once I figured this shit out, that I would teach others. And so that's what I do here through the here through the free program, the free training. And then I have a variety of different paid programs, with the ultimate being the Interior Design Business Bakery. Um, so today we're talking about project photos. Oh, actually, one more quick commercial. If you are a design enthusiast or a designer without a degree, and you want some more confidence going into this industry, on Monday at noon Central Standard Time, we are hosting a 3-day brand new free workshop. It's called Rise and Design. Okay, my senior designer, so I was talking about my badass team, my senior designer, Debbie Pratt. Oh, Debbie Featherstone, she just got married 2 weeks ago. She will be leading that workshop. So Hallie just dropped the information into that if you want to register for it. Okay, I think that's the end of the commercials. We'll see. We might have a message from our sponsor soon. Okay, so project photo tips. Y'all, these are not all inclusive. And if you have questions, please drop them in the chat. Okay, please feel free to drop any questions in the chat, because I just pulled these notes together as we were coming into this training. So it's not all inclusive, but it's pretty damn good. And if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. I'm on a roll today. I'm just really funny today. So, okay, here's one of the first things to think about is when you're going into a project and you're brand new, you just signed the contract and you're going back to take photos. You want to step back and take a look at what you imagine is going to be some of the sweet spots. Okay, you're going to have, you know, you're going to take a picture of that fireplace that you're going to redo. You know, you're going to take a picture of that kitchen that you're going to renovate. What angle do you want to take it from? So you want to start with the end in mind. Like, what's your after photo, money photo going to be? That's where you want to take your before photo. So you want some before and afters. Yes, having a beautiful portfolio with all of the images, that's great. But at the same time, the before and afters, y'all, those are gold on Instagram. Okay. Those are also gold on your blogs. You don't need to use before and afters on your portfolio, but it's a great way to generate interest, to show your expertise, to get conversations started and things along that line. Okay. You also want to create a shot list. So that's the before you get your photo, you do your design, a year later you're taking pictures, or 6 months or 2 years or whatever that looks like. Everybody's a little bit different. But then um, you're going to have a shot list when you go to the photos, when you go to the photo shoot. You might even, some photographers don't even mind if you have some snapshots of the project or some Instagram shots or whatever that you want to share with them so they know what they're walking into. But you want to create a shot list of your must-haves. What happens is we get so excited and we're so busy and we're running around zhuzhing. On our last call, we did confirm that that is an official terminology for designers, zhuzh. But you're going to be running around, that you want to have a checklist to ensure that you get all of the shots that you want. So, oh, hey, Heidi, good to see you. Let me just call you out. So your shot list is going to be your must-haves, and you're going to want to share that with your photographer prior to getting started, so that he or she can take a look at potentially the sunshine, the sunlight, the natural light coming through on which side of the house. So you can say, I need to have this, 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 and this. And he or she can get that taken care of in the best light. So having a shot list will also keep you on track. You do want to have photography noted in your contract. And that is the right to photograph your client's premises. Some clients don't want it. Okay. If you're dealing with celebrities, or you're dealing with somebody who's just very highly private or whatever, then you'll know that when you're signing the contract. You can still take Instagram images. You can still, depending on their level of security and things along that line, but you may not have it in your portfolio, but you'll know in advance. And basically our contract basically says images will be taken, they belong to us, but your name and your location is not going to be published. Okay. So, and then we don't, if they have, first of all, I don't put family photos on very many walls. Actually, maybe one, like leading into the master bedroom. We don't take photographs of the photographs. So like if nobody's face is like their 10-year-old little beautiful daughter is not going to be on my portfolio. So those are things to keep in mind and potentially reassure your client of. Speaking of clients, I don't like having them present during photo shoots. Like that's almost worse than having them there when you're doing your installation. And the reason why I don't want to have them there during photo shoots is because, first of all, y'all, if you have not done a professional photo shoot, it's a lot of work. Okay. You're going to be taking shit off the shelves. You're going to be rearranging things. You're going to be moving things. It might not be the way they live in the photos. Okay. So you don't want your client there to see you moving all their stuff off and taking a photo this way. Some clients might get their feelings hurt that you don't have all of their stuff in there. Like, oh, I finished accessorizing the shelves, Michelle. Oh, yeah, you did, babe. I'm taking all that off. Okay. So with that, having them there, plus, like if I swear or something, I don't want the client over there. Most of my clients know that I swear, but it's still not quite as professional. Some photo tips is also to make sure that you bring snacks. Okay. Yeah, that's really important. Bring some snacks. Bring snacks for your photographer. Buy him or her lunch. I had one photographer, it was so funny. Oftentimes my team and we just bring snacks and we graze all day. Okay. We're not eating. We're not eating a meal. We're just working, like during our installations. Sometimes we just don't sit down and have lunch. This day we didn't. We just brought food to graze on. The photographer he was getting pissy. He was getting pissy. And I was like, Michael, is everything okay? He's like, well, I'm just going to go get myself lunch since you're not buying it today. And I was like, okay. He got in his little car and sped off, pissed off at me. I was like, sorry, dude, I didn't plan for it. So y'all, buy your photographer lunch. Okay. It's a courteous thing to do. What do you do for your project photos if your client's accessories might be what they brought back out from their attic after you did your furniture installation? Maybe they didn't hire you to do accessories. Okay. Or we had one client, thank you, Hallie. Thank you, Michelle, for asking me that question. Um, we had one client who did not want us to accessorize because they wanted to go and purchase them that had some meaning behind it, or they wanted to travel and do it. So a lot of their shelves were pretty bare. What we did is we brought stuff from our own homes that worked with their vibe. There were also some that we purchased and took back. Okay. There's also accessories that you can take out from different showrooms depending on where you live, and you can borrow them. You take it out on approval. So in that respect, you have the opportunity to take it out on approval. Maybe the client wants to buy it. You can tell the client that the accessories are available for purchase or not. So you have those options. But you do need the accessories for your images. Now, for photos, depending on the style of the project, and depending on what you need in your portfolio, the photos, the styling does not necessarily need to be extensive. Sometimes less can be more in your photos. Think about some of the over accessorized shelves. They don't photograph as well. Same thing, like when you're doing your lifestyle photos, when you're doing your headshots, a solid color or a solid pattern is much better than if you are in a in a pattern. Solid pattern. Does that make sense? So wear a solid outfit instead of patterns when you do your headshot. So Patricia, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. So you can see Patricia's headshot right here. That's her professional headshot, which, by the way, if you ever meet her, she looks just like that in person. But she's in solids. Okay. So it's the same thing. Sometimes having too many accessories in the home does not photograph as well. So do I schedule the photo shoot the same day of install, or do you schedule it after? Y'all, we definitely wait. We try to schedule it. In a perfect world, we try to get it done within the first 2 weeks before the house gets too lived in, before anything gets rearranged, broken, or whatever. Does that always happen? No. I mean, sometimes it's May and, it's the middle of the last month of school and families are running around like maniacs. So then we wait until June or July when they're on vacation and we can go into the house when they're not there. So in a perfect world, yeah, we would schedule it for a week or so afterwards. Accessories also, florals, greenery and florals. And Heidi, I see you. Thank you, babe. Greenery and florals are fantastic to have on your photo shoots. The key for your florals, I highly suggest a single color per bouquet. Okay, so you can see over here Jennifer Gamblin on the Zoom squares. She has a beautiful bouquet as her screensaver on the image. That is beautiful to have in our homes, but for photos, it has too much movement. It goes back to wearing a pattern for a professional headshot versus, yeah, there you go. Thanks, babe. Versus wearing a solid. So you want the bouquets to also have a solid of one color. Heidi asked for the on approval accessories. Do any of the bigger box stores allow you to borrow, or do you pay up front and return? This is being recorded, but I pay up front and return. It's now y'all, it's a bitch because it's also a lot of you have to get it and then you have to package it and then you have to potentially take off the like very carefully take off the price tag or whatever, depending on what it is, or you just turn it around so they can't see it. So with that, it's very laborious. If I can just bring a bunch of shit from my house and from my my colleague's house or whatever, that's my preference, because I can go home and unpack it when I want to unpack it, and if I break it, I've already bought it. Abby says, what if the house gets dirty between the install and the photo shoot? Do you have requirements for them to clean before the shoot? Good question, Abby. Yes, that is in the contract. Now, I've also reimbursed them for cleaning. Okay, because they just spent a bucket of money with me in the design process. And then I'm asking them for some more inconvenience. Hey, I need you to clean your house on Tuesday because we have the photo shoot on Wednesday. And they're saying, yeah, but my housekeeper doesn't usually come until Friday. Okay, I'm going to try to inconvenience them, but I'm going to pay for it. Okay, it serves us all. And really, at the end of the day, a couple $100 for house cleaning is the right thing to do. Real briefly, I'm going to try to wrap this up here pretty quickly. Lifestyle content. Some photographers can shoot you, like, not dead with a gun, but like with the camera. They can shoot you while you're there and it looks great. Other photographers don't even want to get your little pinky in a photograph. So you're going to want to ask them in advance, hey, do you have the capacity or the bandwidth to get a couple of lifestyle shots or a headshot or just me standing in front of this beautiful kitchen? Most of them will, even if that's not their specialization or their specialty. But that's, again, when you need to have your shot list, like we talked about earlier, you want to have your shot list set so that they can help time it appropriately. Professional hair and makeup is always suggested. Last but not least is, how do you find a photographer? How do you find a photographer? I'll tell you, the way I found my photographers is looking at local interior designers that I like their style and seeing who they tag in their Instagram posts, because oftentimes they'll say photo by so and so. Okay, or they're doing a photo shoot and they've got the behind the scenes on the Instagram and you've got the photo shoot there. Oftentimes they'll tag it. Another great way is if you are involved in your local interior design society or ASID, your local industry groups, ask them. Okay, ask them. Or if you're on a Facebook design group, like we've got Dallas Interior Designers Facebook group or something like that. We've got IDS Facebook group. Ask some, most designers these days are more than willing to help. And if they're not, screw them. Okay. If they're not, that's on them. But finding a good interior design photographer is worth their weight in gold. They range in prices and the way they operate. And I'll tell you this, I just mentioned this on my last call with the Sugar and Spice Society. When you're first starting, and some designers would probably just like laud me for this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. When you're first getting started, if you cannot afford a real interior photographer, or the project doesn't warrant you spending a lot of money, but you're still needing to build your portfolio, get a real estate photographer. You know, the ones that take photos for real estate listings. Okay, now sometimes they stretch things and they like it changes them up a little bit, but tell them what you're using it for and that they don't have to make the house look big. Okay, it's temporary. It's just getting your foot in the door and getting started. So if you don't want to pay $1,000, $1,500, $2,500 for an interior photographer, you can still navigate this to build your portfolio and to build your business. Eventually those portfolio images are going to fall off of your website anyway. So with that, hey Desiree, good to see you. And I wonder if that's Dusty. Anyway, so we've got some good bakers here. Oh good, thank you, Hallie. A couple of podcasts on photography. Oh, Molly Rose, she was wonderful.
Who's the one that teaches you how to do it on your phone?
Linda Holt.
Linda. Okay, because I'll look her up in there.
She's fabulous. She has a course as well.
Mhm.
So, y'all, Yes, thank you. Linda has an awesome course. So y'all, again, my name is Michelle Lynn. I am the host here at Design for the Creative Mind. Got a podcast. I've got some free trainings coming up. I have another one. Hallie, when are we doing Rolling in the Dough? In July?
We're doing it in July.
For those of you who don't know who Hallie is, this is my work wife who keeps things rolling. And
Rolling in the Dough is July, it starts July 22nd.
okay, cool. So Rolling in the Dough is another free workshop that we do. It's an introduction. I introduced my paid program during that, but the content itself is how to qualify, quote, and close badass clients while you bake your profits into the project. And it's, even though, yes, I do, I promote my paid program on the fourth day of the 5-day free workshop, but I'll tell you, the content in there has pissed off other business coaches because it's so thorough. It's better than some of their paid content. So if you can join me for that, that's what we're doing. So there's some more commercials. The Interior Design Business Bakery is my year-long mentorship program. I'd love to have all of you guys there and continue to elevate our industry one designer at a time. So if
And
there's, yeah.
no, I was just gonna finish with the final commercial because a lot of people say they want an interior design coach, but they don't have the funds to do it.
Mhm.
And so we have come up with a few different ways. If you're really interested in getting mentorship from Michelle, we have different ways you could just do like a month of coaching. You can join our Sugar and Spice Society, which is a monthly membership where we give you marketing prompts. There's a marketing micro course. There's monthly calls. We have a private podcast we're giving today, like in a Facebook group that gives coaching. So it's a mini version designed to get you a few clients so that you can maybe join the bakery, or maybe it's enough for you. And so we have one-on-one coaching, we have the Sugar and Spice, and then we have the full program. So if you do want a coach and you're just like, I can't afford Michelle because you just know about the bakery, just email us and we'll give you the options and help you find what works for you based on where you're at.
Yeah, we've got some of them on the call today. So we've got Abby with Sugar and Spice. Vanetta is a baker. Heidi's a baker. Desiree was a baker. Now she's a new mommy. Good to see you. And so forth. So we practice what we preach, and we try to make sure we meet everybody and help as many people as we can. So thank you guys for being here for the free stuff. I love seeing the faces. This was a good turnout. And if you do have any questions, again, don't hesitate to, thanks, Heidi. I'll send you $20 later, for the comment. If you guys do have any questions, don't hesitate to tag Hallie or myself in the Facebook group, Interior Designers Business Launchpad. DM us and we will happily get back to you. And if you have any questions, I'm also going to volunteer Vanetta or Abby or Heidi or Desiree, tag them in the Interior Design Business Launchpad and DM them and figure out, are we the shit? Or are we the shit? So thanks, babes. I will see you guys. Hallie, are we back next week?
Yeah, next week is called vetting and setting contractors, like where to find them, how to set up good relationships with them, boundaries, communication, like all of that. So we thought that would be a good one for next week. So,
I'll go make some more notes.
all right.
See you guys next week. Thanks for being here.
Bye.